Learn spiritual protection. Greetings, everyone. Here we are in a new year, and I hope that it's a good one for everyone. I truly do mean that. And this is my first video of the year, and I'm doing it without my normal writing an article. I'm just kind of talking here about what I think is most important that we learn right here and now for this coming year, and that is spiritual protection. Many of you pray, and prayer is powerful and needed, very needed. But there's more to it. God gives a lot of tools for us to work with to help with our spiritual protection. And that's kind of what I'm going to go into a bit here, but I'm now teaching this as a class because I feel this is not a spiritual reading. This is a teaching. And for those of you who don't know much about me, I am an interfaith ordained minister. I have been working close to 40 years doing this, almost 3 decades of teaching, and I enjoy that more than anything because when you teach a person, you never know where it goes to the next, and that is the blessing. And just like in the real world with teachers in schools, you don't get a lot of recognition or payment for it, but it's a passion, and it definitely is what I feel I'm called to do. That's why I say I'm Cherokee Billie, spiritual advisor, because that's what I truly am, is an advisor. Yes, I can answer questions and give you guidance on situations and tell you what is happening with someone or what's going on. And I'm grateful. And again, I do not use tarot cards. I want to emphasize that. I am coming from spirit. I let the person or that I'm channeling, tuning into, talk to me. I let whatever is happening, just let the spirits of God come through and speak to me. I am not talking about communicating with the deceased. I'm talking about communicating with the live divine entities that are all around all of us. And if you can tune into those, you got it made, believe me. And that's what spiritual protection is about. And for anyone who's using things, anything like tarot cards, Ouija boards, those sorts of things, you need a lot of spiritual protection on you for that, because you are opening the pathway to a different door, not the one of light and love. It's much darker. And that's something I can get into. I've written many articles on it. I haven't done videos, but you can go to my website, CherokeeBillieSpiritualAdvisor.com, and look for the search little magnifier and type in anything I just talked about, tarot or whatever, and you'll find articles I've written. I just can't make videos all the time. I wish I could, but I'm doing this all by my little old self, and I don't know a whole lot. I just get them done and get them out to the people, and always I pray that the message is delivered. But please understand, these are homemade videos. That's why I state that. Anyway, but we're back to the spiritual protection. It is critical in today's world with what we're facing. The negative energies are just soaking up people's power and draining them more than I've ever seen before at accelerated rates. And it has to do, of course, with the pandemic worldwide, what it has done spiritually, mentally, physically to people, as well as financially. It is affecting every part of our lives, and that's why this spiritual protection and learning every aspect of how to do it is so important for you now, more than ever. And if you have any concerns or fears, remember, prayer is powerful, and so is the spiritual tools God has given us to work with and use. Most people know a little bit about them, but they really don't understand it and how we work with them. And what I do is I take you step by step and guide you through how you can change your life and how you can activate that protection and make it work quickly. I've been teaching this, as I said, for 3 decades, and many of my clients over this past year have found that by learning these protective methods, it has really saved them from some very, very bad things. So it's important for you to learn. and I want you to know that I'm here to teach you anything you care to know in spirituality. You name it, I pretty much know it. Been studying a long, long, long time. Many years in schools. Many of you don't know much about me, but I spent over 16 years in spiritual schools of study to learn. I wasn't trying to do what I'm doing. I never thought I'd be a spiritual advisor or doing readings or any of this. It wasn't my thought. It was for my personal growth, because that I knew was the most important thing, was for me to learn, to really learn what it is that God wants, needs, how to connect, etc. And I'm so grateful I spent that time doing it, because it has paid off in so many ways. I had a person call me today, and they made an impact. I haven't done a reading for them in 6 years, but it was a young gentleman, and he told me that what I have taught him, he has used, and he sent me some music he's written, and it shows, and he says he gives out messages of hope and healing to people, not just through music, but personally he's finding that to be his passion. And here he is, a young man in his early 30s, and hearing feedback like that just makes me so happy and feel so blessed that I'm able to share this, and that it goes on to another, to another, to another. If you go to my website, you'll notice there's reviews on many of my services, and those are real reviews. That's why there may not be a lot, except in terms of my pet communication. That gets the biggest response from people of wanting to write. And I love communicating with animals. Again, part of it in learning spiritual protection is learning more to be in tune. But I've always communicated with animals. This is not something new. I've been doing it throughout my life. I just didn't know I had a gift. I thought everybody did this. So I'm just one of many I know out there doing it. But those who have contacted me find a great relief and peace. It's definitely not easy losing a pet or a loved one human. It's a hard thing, but again, back to spiritual protection. If you're keeping yourself constantly protected, you're not going to experience things as hard. It will still be a hardship, but it will be easier because you'll sense and feel that divine spirit of protection around you, and it will make a big difference in your life. So anyway, I'm glad you're here with me. I thank you. Pardon me. Like I say, I don't know how to edit these. This is just me. And I do cough sometimes. But I'm grateful you took a few minutes to listen to this video. And remember to contact me through my website. Sign up for my newsletter. There's so much I offer, and you can be a part of it. And you can also follow me not only on YouTube, Facebook, Pinterest. I love Pinterest. If you're not there, I tell you, get involved. It's a great place. Anyway, I am here for you. Anything you need, you can contact me through my website, CherokeeBillieSpiritualAdvisor.com. And just so you know, I don't receive messages instant. I do not have a cell phone. I live in a different type of world. I choose not to be so connected. I want time where I can be just me and focused on me, and not be tied to constantly having to answer messages. But I am always here for you, and I always get back to everyone. Again, I'm wishing you and your loved ones a blessed new year. Thank you for taking time out. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't, and click the little bell so you get notifications whenever I make a new video. I am here doing these all the time, as you know. Many of you have been following me for many years, and I thank you for that. I thank everyone who follows and likes what I'm doing. By the way, make sure you click a thumbs up on this video. Anyway, blessings to you, filled with love and light. This is Cherokee Billie.